I'm starting a new project. It has everything that you would need for any geometry, anything. And so the first class I implemented so far was angle. And so I'm just gonna run through the doc tests, and if you think this is cool, then you can just let me know in the comments or subscribe or both in either order. So, um, so first we have the tests on initializing and representing angle. So I have this right here, which just has an angle, and it takes three different arguments, keyword arguments specifically, not positional, and one of them is a type, which could be a queue of two straight or right, and it represents them in a nice way. As you can see, D type means if it's like degrees or radians, and this means how much, like how many degrees or how many radians. Then if we go to the next doc test, we see that if you do an angle type that doesn't exist, then it will give you an appropriate message. And we could also do radians, but if it's anything that doesn't work, it won't show up. This has to be a number also, and it cannot be negative. And if you give something that doesn't match properly, it will also give you an error. So if it's a right angle, but it's 90 radians, which is definitely not in a right angle, it will give you an error. Then we also see how it can automatically generate the angle type for you. And we also try that with radians. Then we also make sure that it does not take positional arguments, as you can see. Okay, then we have tests of equality and the dot change degree method. So we have two angle instances here, x and y. One is 180 degrees, and one is pi radians, which are the same. And we see that we could change the degree type of x, which was originally degrees, to radians, and we'll say that x now equals y. And if we change both of them to degrees, then they will also equal each other. Now we got the tests of string representation, which is pretty short. We have an angle, we print it, prints out a nice display. Radians, also nice. And if it doesn't have any degrees or radians, we'll just say no degrees or no radians. Then we have the tests of Boolean values. So we see if it has 100, 0.1, or 0. The first two are true, the last one's false. Okay. Now we can also convert these to ints or floats. So if you want to do it with something that doesn't have a degree or radian amount, it will give you an error. Same thing with float. However, if it does have a degree of radians, then it will display it like this. Now we also got formatting and custom formatting. So what we got here is we have two angle instances, and we're able to format them. And we could do format specifiers, and we could also use R or DE for radians and degrees respectively. Now we got tests of positivity, which is just the unary plus operator. Tests of comparison, pretty straightforward. I think you know how that works. Infix operator is plus, minus, times, divide. And we could also complement, supplement. There's a bunch of implementation details. And that's basically it. Okay, thank you.